coming into your sacred space, coming in to your body, coming down from busy mind. Let's return and restore and replenish and revitalize. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Deep breath in. Hands come up to the sky. Lengthen through back, belly, waist, and then release that. And relax through your neck and your shoulders. Gentle plie in center and coming up into center. Lengthen through each individual vertebrae, and then gently release that down by side. Into center. And we're gonna raise our hands out towards the side. And we're gonna see how far we can slide our ribcage and just reach your fingers as far over as you can. And bring that into center there. Other side. Lengthen and slide your fingers as far as you can through the ribcage slide, back through center. Take it towards the other side. Let's lengthen as far as we can. Good. In through center. And lengthen. Slide all the way through. Here, returning into center. Let's rotate the palms up towards the sky. Bring the thumbs behind you. Bring the hands open wide, wider. Bring the shoulder blades together and then release that. You're going to bring your thumbs up on top. Bring the hands out in front of you. And here we're going to just gently fold our chin down to our chest. Bring that back into center. Bring your hand in to heart space, genie pose or namaste. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, we can bend through our knees as we lift the hands up towards the sky. And we're going to return that. This time you could take a slightly wider stance. You could pivot to bring the heels closer in towards each other and the toes further away. We're going to bend and bring the hips back and down and lift the hands up high. And then release that. Adjusting your footing perhaps once more. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, let's bring those hands up high, lengthen all the way through the spine. Strong frame, strong legs. Use pelvic floor muscles, squeeze through your glutes, and then release that into center. In the center here, we can bring our hands, rotate so the fingers come down towards the ground. Here, we're going to come into a side bend, lengthen through, come back in through center, and as you do that, release through your neck as well, relax through your shoulders, take it to the other side. Back in through center here. You can release the fingers away. Overhead. We're going to place our hands down onto the back of our head there. Take the elbows wide. Open out through the chest. Open out through heart space. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to bring the elbows close together. Touch the elbows out in front. We're going to bring the elbows wide, straight. stretch out through the front of shoulders and your chest. Take a deep breath in. And releasing that. And as you release the breath, bring the elbows all the way forward. From here, bring your pinkies together, forearms together. Bring the hands gently out in front. And then lower your hands down by your side. Coming into shoulder rolls now. You can walk your feet in together. As we roll the shoulders back. Really loosening up through the shoulder joints there. So they're coming forwards and up, back and down, and you're alternating through one side and then through the other. Let's shift our weight to the other supporting leg. You can stay here, or if you feel to, you can bend through that supporting leg. Keep a nice straight back here, unless you want to go in for a back bend. Only if you're warmed up and if you're well practiced. Coming back into center, shift your weight through center and across towards the other supporting leg. Bend through that knee, or you can stay stationary there. Keep a nice straight back, or if you're practiced and you're warmed up, come into just a little bit of a back bend. Into center here. Perhaps make those circles a bit bigger. Bigger. You could start to rotate through the shoulder joint out to the side. Palms out in front. Work into the hips now as we bring the hip out to the side and a slide. Off to the other side. Bend through that supporting knee. Slide. Slide. Out to the side. Side. Up to that little bit faster. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the hip out to the side, bring it back to the side, bring it forwards to the side, bring it back to the side, bring it forwards, the other way now, bring it back to the side, bring it forwards, side, take it back, and reverse. One way, one the other, making those circles bigger with each time that you rotate round. Here we can bring that movement into a figure of 8. We want to keep this nice and loose. So we're utilizing that figure of 8 for the purpose of releasing the hips, strengthening and toning, soothing, releasing any tension through low back, mid back. Let's reverse that. So you're going to bring the hip forwards, twist back, slide forwards, twist back, slide and twist, slide and twist, slide, twist, slide, twist. Ask of your body, what would it like to receive right now? And go towards that. Perhaps it would like bigger movements or smaller. faster or slower. Let's bring the hip on a slide, and we can echo that with these joyous, uplifting, sweeping arms. So as the hip comes out to one side, the arms follow. Deep breath here. And as we breathe out, we're going to fold out of our hips with a straight flat back, bend through your knees. And your feet are relatively close together, but they're not touching. You've got that bend through your knees, you're pivoting out of your hips. And if the floor is accessible to you, you can press your hands down into the floor. Press your heels and the balls of your feet into the floor, and each of your toes are spread out. We're going to just hang out here for a moment. Relax through your neck and your head. Relax through your shoulders. Really enjoy now that sensation of connection to the ground. A deep breath here. And as you breathe out, we're going to leave our hands planted. Take your feet wide. So take them a little bit wider. Bring the heels out and the toes ever so slightly close together, pointing towards your hands. And still relax through your knees and through the back, your neck and your head. Take a deep breath here. And as you breathe out, we can walk the hands gently and take your time with this. So we have added an extra element of stretch already by bringing the toes towards each other slightly. So take that round towards the outside of one foot. So you're lengthening through your waist and your back and your belly. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, we can very gradually pass back through center, walk your way around to the other side. And we're lengthening through on that side. Relax your neck. And the hips are facing forwards and you're pivoting out of your hips. So you've got a nice straight back in terms of it being like a tabletop, a horizontal there, but a deeper angle. It's a nice straight back. Tailbone is up towards the sky. Let's bring that gently into center. And the crown of the head is down towards the floor, but it's nice and straight within there. That's your aim. Take a deep breath here. And as you breathe out, we're going to just straighten out through the toes. And in fact, you could begin to bring the heels closer together and the toes wide apart. Now from here, I'm going to give you two options. One is to return to standing, just unwinding gently through one vertebrae at a time to bring you back to a standing position and focusing on your breath in that gorgeous alignment. Or, alternatively, you can join me in coming down into squat, a froggy squat position, which is going to reset and recalibrate all the muscles of your body and give your digestive system a boost. But it's not for everyone, so those are the two options there. Take a deep breath here. And as you breathe out, choose which option you would like. And if you're coming with me down towards the ground, we're going to begin to bend through our knees deeper to bring the hips down to the ground. Tailbone is coming down, and the crown of the head is coming up. Aligning through the whole body. Take the knees wide. Use your forearms to create a nice wide opening through the hips. So we're recalibrating through every single muscle. So this works with a kinetic chain, releasing through all of the muscles of calves, through your thighs, through the entire hip complex. You're giving a boost to your internal organs, including digestive system. From here, take a deep breath in. If you would like to, you could have a little play around with the positioning of your feet. See if it's accessible to you to bring the feet closer together without bringing tension to your back. You want to be able to rest and relax in this position, believe it or not. And that takes sometimes a lot of practice. For others, it flows more easily. Take a deep breath here. And as we breathe out, we can shift our weight forwards. Place your hands down. We're going to lift the hips up high. Now, do take as much time as you need on this. And coming out, one vertebrae at a time, all the way up towards the sky. Wow. Wow, well done. Deep breath here. Bring your hands round into heart space, down to womb space. Bring them up over your head into crown. Wow. And here we're going to descend gradually down towards the ground. So you might want to get yourself something like a cushion, a rolled up blanket, or something similar that you could use as a support to lift your hips high up off of the ground. Let me just get something now. This one will do. And in the center there, we're going to come down towards the ground. Gail said, yay, I did it. Mars said, yay. Well done everyone. Amazing. It's a tricky movement, it is, but it is so rewarding. Very, very beneficial, really worth persevering all those first few times. Let's bring the hands up high. Nice. Lengthen all the way through. And release that. And as you release the breath, coming down towards your mat, towards your support in any way that works for you. And then sitting up high on hip bones, real high up on hip bones. You want to feel the hip bones press down into the ground. Now, if you remember, in the last session, we enjoyed engaging through our glutes, and we spoke about all the benefits of that. So just as I talk to you about the benefits of contractions for glutes, we're going to just activate those, get those going. So when we talk about glutes, we're talking about the muscles of your bum, your butt muscles, and there are three main sets of muscles within that grouping. So first of all, let's just activate through both sides together, left and right. So you're squeezing and releasing through those muscles, and you're going to feel yourself bob up and down. Nice, well done. So you'll already be feeling those muscles warming up. Now I want you to just try speed that up a little bit if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in terms of the physiology of this movement, if you're strong in your glutes, you're strong in life. They should be the strongest part of your body. In most people, they are not. Whee! But we're making sure that they're going to be within our own bodies. You're going to have amazing shimmies after you do this. And a nice round booty as well, as a little added bonus. But in terms of minimizing the risk of injury, you're absolutely doing that. Let's now relax through there. Everybody says, oh, thank goodness for that. What we're going to do here is we're going to reverse. If you had your legs crossed, you're going to cross them the other way. If you can't remember what way they were crossed, now cross them the way that feels weird. And that's probably the other side to what you did. The mic's pulling. There we go. And so, this time what we're going to do is we're going to do one and then the other. So I could talk to you for a very long time on this subject alone, the benefit of glute squeezes and strength within your glutes. But for now, let's just get really into the enjoyment of that movement. See if you can really begin to contract all 3 sets of muscles within there. So I'll talk to you more about the physiology, the anatomy of the glutes some other time. But for now, if you just visualize lower, mid, and upper section of glutes, and see if you can contract all 3 of those as we do this, one side to the body, then the other. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can bring your palms up to the sky. Keep the spine nice and straight, open through your chest. On a spiritual aspect, what this is doing for you is it's grounding you. It's really, really grounding. It's activating through your root. It feels amazing. It feels like you're switching on. Here we go. One side, then the other. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then release and relax through there. There is one more glute squeeze movement I'd like to do with you. So you'll have heard me talking about how the muscles within the body work in pairings. Whatever you do on one side of the body, the opposite is happening on the other side. So as we're gaining strength and toning through our glutes, making them short and strong, what we're doing on the front of the body is lengthening and releasing. So the majority of the population have an anterior tilt through their pelvis. So I want you just to sit up nice and high on the hips here. You could bring the glutes ever so slightly behind you. Perch you up high here. And this time what we're going to do is with an extended leg. You can bring the toes up in towards you, or you can point them through, or anywhere in between. And from here, what we're going to do is bring our hands just gently down by our sides. This is just to stabilize you. I don't want you to dump any weight through there, just to stabilize you. And this time, we're going to do that with the legs extended outwards. And you're going to notice this movement probably a lot more suddenly in terms of bobbing around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're very upright through your upper half. So we're not leaning into it, we're very upright here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes! 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. And relax. From here, we're going to bring our support, slide it up towards one side of your mat. We're going to come onto the mat, bring yourself into a tabletop position. And in that tabletop position, joints are stacked. We're going to do some gorgeous cat-cow release. Bring your belly button up towards the sky, crown of the head to the ground, tailbone to the ground, and then reverse that. You're going to bring the belly down to the ground. Crown of the head to the sky, tailbone to the sky, and then lower them down to the ground, belly rises. And then bring that into center here. Now you're going to bring your feet together, bring your knees extra wide. And then you're going to sink your hips down to your heels and your rib cage down towards the ground. Slide forward through your hands, lengthen through the back, opening up through the hips, releasing through the glutes that we just activated. Deep breath here. And as we breathe out, walk the hands and unwinding one vertebrae at a time back upwards into center. Here, we're going to bring our hands out about shoulder width apart. Bring one knee in between the gap. You're going to bring your foot out towards one side and slide this foot behind you, slide it away from you. Keep your hips level, and we're really opening up through the front of the hip now. So we already began to lengthen through there in that release that we did. I'm going to give you a further option here if you would like it. You can lift up through this back leg. You can also reach round and grip on and bring that closer in towards you. I'll let you choose if that's right for you tonight. Take a deep breath here. And as you breathe out, let's release that down to the ground. Just take your time as you release that. And then from here, we're going to slide that knee out and back in to meet the other. Shoulder width through the hands. Bring that knee in between the gap. Take the foot out wide. We're going to slide this foot behind us. Good. Keep the hips level. And here, option is there if you would like to. You can lift through that back leg. You can even grip on. Lengthening through the thigh and the hip flexor. And then releasing that. Take your time with that release. Bring it back down to the ground. Slide that knee backwards. And here we're going to come to lie down on the mat, on your back. Coming to lie down on your back. I'll give you the option. You can roll down with me, rolling through tailbone all the way down to your back. Coming down to meet with the mat. You can slide your support away from you. Here, we're going to strengthen and tone through the back, waist, belly, through the shoulders, the legs, also through your glutes and lengthening through the hips that bit further. So you're going to bring your feet about shoulder width apart. This is also really gorgeous for aligning through your spine, each individual vertebrae receiving its own little massage. Take a deep breath here. As we breathe out, we're going to bring the hips upwards. Use your glutes and use a little bit of the thigh muscles to lift the hips upwards, but mostly we're using glutes right now. You can press your hands down into the ground ever so slightly to help support you there. What we're going to do now is we're going to release the muscles on one side to bring the hip on diagonal, and then we're going to contract them again to bring it up. Release through the other side, bring it back into center. Well done. Release and return. Release, return. Release, contract. Release, contract. So we've got lower and lift. A little bit faster now. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Bit faster. Now we can take out that lower and lift motion, and we can literally bring the hips as if it was a Moroccan shimmy, a waggy dog shimmy. Make sure the hips remain high. You're gonna shimmy it out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Into center now. Lift the hips up high. We're gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time, connecting with the ground. Upper back, mid back, low back. Nice. Hips return. Let's slide the legs out in front. Both legs out in front. Bring the toes in towards you and then release that. Here, we're going to raise one leg up to the sky. Use your hands, clasp on around that leg. We're going to rotate round in a circular motion. Inwards, and then reverse that circle outwards. Slide that leg away. Other leg comes upwards. We're going to grip on. Circling round one direction, reverse it. That was Good. Into center with that leg. Slide that foot away. Bring your hands out to the side, up above your head. Here, we're gonna then bring the hands back down. Bring both legs in towards you. Grip on, and you can release it out. You could come one side and then the other. And gently coming into stillness there. Release through one leg. Release through the other. Bring the toes up towards you and release that. Walk the fingers down to toes and rotate them round. Bring the chin to your chest and release that. Deep breath here. If you have an extra layer you would like to utilize for comfort, you could get that now. Coming down into deep inner stillness, relaxation. Tuning in now to your breath. A wave of relaxation sweeps upwards. You can contract the muscles of feet, ankles, and low legs. And then release them. Can contract through the muscles of upper legs, your hips and your glutes. Squeeze through those muscles and then release them. Sweeping through, can contract long muscles of back, waist, belly and chest. And then release them, descending deeper down into inner stillness, calm, tranquility. We can contract through the muscles of shoulders, upper arms, your elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, fingertips. Let's clench, squeeze through each of those muscles. And then release them, softening, sinking, descending, dissolving deeper and deeper down. Muscles of shoulders and neck release with warmth and gravity, soothing. Any weight that was resting on your shoulders is now free to return to the earth, to be transformed into something new. As relaxation sweeps up through onto your head, through your scalp, round onto your face. You can contract each of the muscles of your face up into your nose. And then release that. Relaxing through each of the muscles of your face. Relax your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your brain. Each of your internal organs. Relax your entire self. And enjoy the simplicity, the purity of this present moment. This is your time You were born for these times. Rest, rejuvenate, replenish, relax. Feeling a warm glow radiate outwards from the belly, from your hips and your heart space. In a moment, you can gradually begin to return, coming back in 4, returning in 3, coming back in 2, all the way back in 1. If your eyes were closed, you can gradually begin to blink them open, seeing colors as if for the first time. Feeling altogether more peaceful, calm, and relaxed. Take your time as you come round, and you can use your faraway leg and your furthest away hand. Use those across your body to bring you back to seated position. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit notifications so you can be informed of when the next video goes up. If you'd like to support the creation of these videos, remember you can head along to patreon.com/Little Egypt Studio, where you'll find a community of other enjoyers of these videos. See you soon. Bye.